everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Chelsea and I make videos about mostly Disney, but I do a couple of vegan videos and also some just general lifestyle videos as well. So if you are interested in those videos, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I am currently doing a little series about becoming a Disneyland performer and moving to Disneyland Paris. So this video is going to be a day in the life of a Disney performer. So yeah, I'm just going to get straight into the video. So I'm going to tell you about the shifts first. So the earliest shift time is about 7 AM and the latest you will finish a shift is 11:30 on normal days. So there are occasionally special events where you might have to start earlier or finish later than that. There was one when I was there where I had to be at work at 5 AM. So I had to get up pretty early and we had to get a taxi to work because the trains weren't running then. And then there was a couple of overnight reps, so just like practicing stuff in the park while there's no guests there. So yeah, there will be like the odd overnight shift. I literally only did like 2 I think while I was there. What you do is you would wake up, you would go and catch the train or the bus into work depending on where you're living. If you're in the Val d'Europe area, Val d'Europe is the like shopping centre, so if you're in that sort of area you will get the train to work, or you could walk if you're in some of them. So then once you arrive at work you can catch the bus, you can catch the backstage bus to get to work, or you can walk through the park, which I always did if it was like a nice day or I wasn't running late. If I was running late I would get on the bus. And yeah, if I had lots of time I'd go and get some breakfast from backstage because it was so cheap, and then take a little stroll through the park. You walk past the castle and it is the best walk to work you will ever have. Like, I can't even get over how amazing that walk to work is. It's amazing. Like, it's so beautiful, it's so happy, and if you go before the park opens, so if you're working before the park opens, walk through it and it's empty and it's so like weird but lovely. So when you get to work you're gonna go and find out what you're doing for the day. So on your rota you have like what time you're going to be working and a sort of potential shift, but it's not like set in stone. They do change things a lot. So you're going to go and find out exactly what you're doing for the day, and then they give you, depending on what you're doing, about 30 minutes to an hour to get ready. And yeah, it just depends on what you're doing, and if you need to do makeup you'll have at least 45 minutes, but they try to give you a little bit more time sometimes, but it can be quite a rush sometimes, so just bear that in mind when you're there. You do get help with stuff as well if you need it, so don't worry too much, and there's always someone around that you can ask if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, don't worry about that with getting ready. You'll definitely get used to it and you'll figure everything out eventually, and it'll just be really easy to get everything that you need ready for the day. So then you have all the sets throughout the day. The other thing that you can be doing other than performing is ACCing, which is basically being a character attendant. So you will be taking the characters out into the park and making sure that they're only on set for the amount of time that they're meant to be on set. So you make sure that at past they are coming off set so that they're not spending extra time on set that they shouldn't be. You're also there to take pictures for the guests and welcome the guests. You're going to be like holding their books and stuff while they have their pictures, and also closing the queues as well, which can be quite tough. I do have some funny guest stories from when I was ACCing. Yeah, some people can get pretty rude, so just bear that in mind, but that is a part of the work in Paris. You get to do a bit of everything, and even if you don't speak French then you still get to be an ACC. That takes normally about like, you'll get your training for that normally about 3 months in to up to a year. Some people have had to wait for their ACC training, but you will get it eventually, and it is quite nice to do because you get to watch all the interactions with the guests and the characters, and you get to take all the pictures, and yeah, no, it can be quite a lot of fun. It can be hard work though when you have to close the queue, so just bear that in mind that you will have to do that at some point as well. Unless you're on a CDD contract, then they don't ACC train you. Unless you've been on lots of CDD contracts, then I think they will train you eventually. And then on a typical day, your lunch break will be an hour. You always get at least an hour for lunch. and sometimes you get more. I have had a lunch break that has lasted for 4 hours before, which, I mean, you know, is alright when you're in Disneyland because you could just go and play on the rides, but yeah, it's pretty long lunch breaks. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen all the time. On average, they're like an hour to 2 hours depending on what you're doing and when your set finishes in the morning, and then what you're doing in the afternoon as well. So if you're lucky and you're doing the parade that day, then after lunch you'll go and get ready for the parade, and then the parade goes out, well, actually it depends on what time of year it is as to what time the parade goes out. I think in the summer is 5:30 and then in the winter is 4:30 or 5. Might even be as late as 6 in the summer, I can't remember. If I'm honest, it changed so much. But yeah, you'll get to do the parade, which is the best part of the day. I love the parade so much. So then at the end of the shift, you can again walk through the park and enjoy the views of the castle. As I said earlier, it's the best walk home from work as well as the best walk to work. And then yeah, you can go home, you can go for dinner with your friends, cook yourself, do whatever, have movie nights, go out for parties, you know, just do whatever you want with your evenings. And yeah, that is a typical day in the life of a Disney performer. So now I'm going to go on to things that you can do nearby in the area on your days off, or even in the mornings before you go to work, or the afternoons once you've finished work. So yeah, I'm just going to go through like a couple of the things that are nearby that you should definitely try and do while you're working in Disneyland Paris. So obviously the first thing is to go into the parks, whether that's on your days off or just before or after work. Definitely take advantage of the fact that you get free access into the parks. The next thing to do is to go into Paris. So there is so much that you can do in Paris. Like you can go to the Eiffel Tower, you can go to the Sacre-Cœur, the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe. You can see the Notre Dame if it's had all its scaffolding and stuff taken down now. I think it might have. I'm not sure. But yeah, I definitely recommend going and seeing all of those at least once. There are a lot of beautiful gardens in Paris, so like the Luxembourg Gardens and then the Palace of Versailles. I don't know how you say it. You should definitely head into Torcy as well, which is just 2 stops from Val d'Europe. There is like a lot of little restaurants there. There is a bowling alley and laser tag, which is so much fun. Definitely go and do the laser tag. It's more fun if you go with like a huge group of people that you know. So we went with, I think there was about 30 of us. Is that the limit? I don't know. We like basically filled up, we had the whole laser tag room to ourselves and it was so much fun, and oh my goodness, definitely go and do laser tag. It's so much fun. And yeah, we also went bowling quite a bit. And yeah, there's some bars and restaurants there where you can go and have cocktails or go out for dinner. It's actually a really nice place. There is also a gym in Torcy actually. I mentioned in my previous video about going to a specific gym, Captonic or Fitness Park. There is actually one in Torcy as well, which I have no idea how much it costs. I have no idea what it's like, but I did know some people who went there, so it can't have been too bad. There is a really cool street called Rue Cremieux. I don't know how you pronounce it. That's probably very, very wrong and not even close whatsoever. But basically it's just like Balamory in real life. It's just a row of very colourful houses. It's a very beautiful street and it's very good for taking pictures if you want to take pictures in front of the pretty buildings. I did. And yeah, I know that people live there though, so do be respectful when you're taking pictures. There is a little farm that's nearby. Quillette du Plessis Chanteloup en Bruy. That wasn't even close. I'm so sorry if you're watching this and you're French. And it's a little farm. If it's Halloween, they have some pumpkins there and it's really cute. You can go and get some pictures with the pumpkins. You can buy them to go take them home and carve them. But also they have the best apples I have ever eaten, and you get to pick them yourselves, and oh my goodness, they taste so good. They lasted so long. I only took home a few and I wish that I went there more. But then they also have depending on the seasons, like blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, tomatoes, all which are really good as well. And then they also have a little shop as well where you can buy all sorts of veggies year round, and they have paper bags. or you can take your own bag because there's nothing in plastic really. Maybe a little bit, but there's not a lot that's in plastic, so you can take your own bags or put it in some paper bags and there's no plastic waste, which is really good. So yeah, I definitely recommend going to that farm. It's a fun day out with your friends to just go and pick some berries, pick some apples or your pumpkins or whatever you're going to go and pick. It's a really fun day out. And yeah, I definitely recommend wearing some boots of some sort if it has been raining recently, because it is very, very muddy, and be careful not to slip over. So there is a huge mall called Val d'Europe and there are so many different shops. If you go to the little part off of it, whereas like they have like the Primark, the Nike, but they have like a lot of little food stores in there, and there is one where they serve poke bowls and they are so good. Definitely highly recommend it. There is also a bubble tea in there, but I do recommend the one that's outside the mall in the little square where it's just opposite the train station, and it's called BBT. And you can get like lunch from there as well, but the bubble tea is actually amazing. I went there so much and I had the little loyalty cards where you can get the free drinks as well, and oh my gosh, it was so good. I loved it. And they do take reusable cups there as well, so take your own flask and your own bubble straw, which I was so excited when I got my bubble straw. But yeah, there's so many amazing shops and restaurants around the area, so definitely go and check them all out. There is a whole like food court in Val d'Europe as well, where there's like Chinese food, American food, Italian, like all sorts, like McDonald's. And then there is also like a little outdoor bit where they have like an Italian, they have a Spanish restaurant, they have like, I can't even remember, they have a Subway, all sorts of restaurants to go and try out. I definitely recommend Nana and Nonna's, or Nonna and Nana's. Nonna and Nonna? Nonna and Nonno? Nonna. The Italian one outside is really good. And if you're vegan, then they don't have the vegan cheese, but if you get the veggie pizza without the cheese, it's so good. There is a sea life in the shopping centre as well, so downstairs where the gym is, the Captonic, opposite it there is a sea life. I never went, but it's there if you want it. Another cool thing to do if you have like a couple of days off, so if you happen to have 3 days off in a row, then if it goes like over your weekend and then into the next week as well, then you could possibly get like 3 or 4 days off in a row. And if you have some friends who also have the same days off, then maybe try and plan a trip somewhere, because you're in Europe, it's so easy to get into other countries. We took the bus to Belgium, which took, I think it was only 4 hours on the bus, which is nothing. And we spent 2 days there, I think. Well, we had 2 nights there. And yeah, it was a really good trip and so worth it, so cheap, and it's so easy to get to with the bus. So yeah, definitely plan a trip, take the bus and go wherever you want. So if you're gonna be there when the Tour de France is on, I highly recommend going to watch the Tour de France. I almost didn't go on this day. I had literally even messaged my friends saying, hey guys, I'm not coming anymore. I just really wasn't in the mood to go out anywhere. And then my friend was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna go either. And then all of a sudden she messaged me, she was like, Chelsea, I am actually gonna go. And I'm like, yeah, okay, no, I'll come with you, I don't wanna miss out. I went to the Tour de France and honestly, I'm so glad that I did. It was an amazing atmosphere. I know absolutely nothing about cycling. I'm not a fan, I have no idea who any of these people were, but we got a view right in front of the Arc de Triomphe and we saw the Tour de France go around it, like I think they go around 6 or 7 times. So I definitely recommend standing in front of the Arc de Triomphe. It's like the most beautiful view of the Tour de France, but yeah, I highly recommend going if it is on while you're there. Have a look at the day. It was, I think, late summer. I had a really good time actually. I really didn't expect to, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. So definitely go and see the Tour de France if it is on while you're there. There is a little beach nearby. Obviously it's not an actual beach because Paris is nowhere near the coast, but there is like a little like man-made beach nearby. I think it's like maybe 20 minutes on the bus, but I didn't actually ever go there, so I don't know what it's called. You could just Google it, it will come up, I'm sure. Also, what you can do on a nice day or a nice evening, well, it doesn't even have to be nice actually, I went in like November, is to go to Village Nature, which is owned by Center Parcs. So if you've ever been to a Center Parcs, then you know that they are amazing. Absolutely love them. They have the best pools, and there is a Village Nature there, which is basically a Center Parcs. You can go and visit there, and as a cast member I think you get, I'm not sure what discount you get, but I'm pretty sure we paid 15 euros if we went in after 4 or 5 o'clock. And then I think it's 30 euros for a full day. So it's kind of pricey, but it's really good, so definitely recommend going. I went just once and just for the evening, and I would definitely recommend going a couple of times if you get the chance. I didn't even know about it until like October or November or whenever it was that I went, and I left in the January, so unfortunately I didn't really get to take advantage of it. But the pool there is so cool. They have so many water slides, and they have one of those ones where like you stand in it and the floor disappears and then you just shoot down. And yeah, there's like lots of other ones where you go down with your friends in like big rafts and stuff. And then there's like a little rapids bit outside, and it's so much fun. Definitely recommend going to Village Nature. There is a lot of other things that you can do there. They have like a little farm where you can see all the cows and the chickens and stuff. And then they have like some restaurants there as well. And yeah, there's a lot to do. I think a lot of it does cost, but the swimming pool is included in the price that you pay to get in. There is a lake nearby called Ceres Lake, which is really nice on a nice warm day to just go and chill with your friends there. Just sit by the lake, have a little picnic or something. It's really lovely. And you could also go to Disney Village as well. It's just like Disney shops and restaurants, but the restaurants are lovely if you want to go and eat there, and you also get a discount, which makes it a bit cheaper. And I don't think they're bad prices, to be fair, considering it's Disney. There is a little cinema in the Valdi area as well. So in the little square where the train station is, there is a cinema as you come out of the train station to the left, and you can get really cheap tickets there. So if you show your Disney ID, then I think the tickets are €5. I think. Maybe it depends on the day. It might even be like $4.50. I can't remember. But yeah, they're very cheap anyway for the cinema. And then the last thing on my list is to go and walk around all the Disney hotels. I did this a couple of times, well, mainly with Sequoia Lodge because I love it in there. That is my favourite one. But yeah, just go and take a wander around the Disney hotels, go and see what they all look like and where everything is. You can go, and most of them have a Starbucks there, so you can get a coffee, and then you can have a look around the gift shops. And I think some of the merchandise in the gift shops is a little bit different to the parks, like the pins at least are, because I was looking for certain pins and never found them in the parks, but they were in the hotel. So if you are like a pin collector and you want a specific one, like I wanted Piglet coming out of a pumpkin, because I saw it on someone's lanyard, and I wasn't like actively looking for it because I thought it was like the previous years, but then I saw it in the hotels and I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen this in the parks in weeks, and all of a sudden now here it is in the hotels. So yeah, definitely check out the hotels. They might have a little bit of different merch. And yeah, you can go and eat in the hotels as well. I ate in Sequoia Lodge on Christmas Day, which was really lovely, and I just love Sequoia Lodge. I like going upstairs to the little bar and just having like a drink there, especially in the winter. I don't really care to go to Sequoia Lodge in the summer because it has a very wintry feel, but at Christmas, if you get some mulled wine in Sequoia Lodge, just in the bar, it is like the most Christmassy feeling ever, because you're in like a little, like, it just, oh, it feels so Christmassy. I love it. It feels like you're in Canada or something, and I don't know, I absolutely love it in Sequoia Lodge. But the other hotels are pretty cool as well, like Newport Bay is pretty cool to walk around and just see what it looks like. The Disneyland Hotel, of course, is amazing to go and walk around. I didn't get to go around the newly done New York Marvel kind of one because that wasn't finished while I was there. And then like the Cars one, like it's okay to walk around, like there's not a lot to do there. And then was it Cheyenne had a Starbucks there, so I spent a little while there in the Starbucks. But yeah, I didn't go to the other one because it's a little way out, so I didn't walk there. But it is nice to just walk around the Disney hotel. Like, you don't even have to go in the Disney hotels. It's nice to just go around the lake and have a look at them all. There's some really nice photo locations around the lake as well. If you are into getting pretty pictures, then you can get some with the hot air balloon in the background and just have a little wander around the lake. It's so beautiful. If you go near Sequoia Lodge, then there is like a little woodland walk as well. I think it's near Sequoia Lodge. There is like, yeah, there's like a little river somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's down the side of Sequoia Lodge. So yeah, it's really beautiful and something different, and not a lot of people think of doing this. So yeah, definitely have a little wander around the Disney hotels. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that I ended up talking quite a lot at the end there with the things to do, but I just get so excited and it's making me want to go back so much because I miss everything about Paris. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!